Hello everyone. I'm going to introduce you 5 questions and answers about PMP exam. Okay, the first question is: a project is in the execution phase. The project team has detected a change in the project scope that requires the client's approval. What is the most appropriate action for the project manager to take? A. Request to the team to continue with the original work while waiting for the client's approval. B. Document the change in scope and submit it to the client for approval. C. Suspend the work until the client's approval is obtained. D. Inform the client of the change and request their authorization to proceed. The correct answer is B. Document the change in scope and submit it to the client for approval, because it is important to document the change in scope and obtain the client's approval before making any change to the project. And the incorrect answers, for example, A, the answer A, requesting the team to continue with the original work while waiting for the client's approval can lead to rework and additional costs if the client does not approve the change. And C, suspending the work until the client's approval is obtained can delay and project and impact to the project's schedule. The second question is: a project is behind schedule and over budget. The project manager has identified the lack of resources as the main cause. What action should the project manager take to solve this problem? A. Negotiate an extension of deadline and increase in the budget with the client. B. Ask the team to work overtime to make up for the lost time. C. Reduce the project scope to eliminate less important activities. D. Reassign resources from other project tasks to critical tasks. The correct answer is C. Reduce the project scope to eliminate less important activities, because reducing the project scope is an effective way to recover lost time and budget. And otherwise, A. Negotiation and extension of the deadline and increase in the budget with the client may not be possible or may not be the best solution for the project. And other answer like B. Asking the team to work overtime can lead to employee fatigue and decreased productivity. The third question is: a project team member is constantly missing deadlines and deliverables. How should the project manager best address this issue? A. Meet with the team member to discuss their performance and establish an improvement plan. B. Replace the team member with someone who performs better. C. Reprimand the team member for their poor performance. D. Assign more resources to the team member to help them meet their obligations. The correct answer is A. Meet with the team member to discuss their performance and establish an improvement plan, because meeting with the team member to discuss their performance and establish that plan is the best way to address performance issues. In other words, B. Replacing the team member can be time-consuming and expensive process, and C. Reprimanding the team member may not be an effective way to improve their performance. For their hand, the assign more resources to the team member may not be the best solution if the issue is not related to the lack of resources. Then with the fourth question, a risk has been identified in a project that has a high probability of occurring and a high negative impact. What action should the project manager take? A. Implement a risk response plan to mitigate the impact of the risk. B. Inform the client of the risk and request their authorization to proceed. C. Monitor the risk closely and update the project plan as needed. D. Ignore the risk since it is unlikely to occur. The answer is A. Implement a risk response plan to mitigate the impact of the risk, because implementing a risk response plan is the best way to mitigate the impact of the risk with a high probability and negative impact. The other answers like B, C, or D. B, inform the client of the risk and requesting their authorization to proceed may not be necessary or may not be the best solution for the project. C, monitoring the risk closely and update the project plan as needed may not be sufficient to mitigate the impact of the risk. And D, ignoring the risk may lead to negative consequences for the project. And the last question is, a project supplier is experiencing difficulties that could affect the delivery of their products or services. What actions should the project manager take? A, meet with the supplier to discuss the difficulties and develop a contingency plan. B, find an alternative supplier in case the current supplier cannot meet their obligations. C, inform the client of the problem and request their authorization to take action. D, ask the project team to work longer hours to compensate for the potential delays from the supplier. The answer is A, meet with the suppliers to discuss the difficulties and develop a contingency plan, because supplier is more easy to discuss the difficulties, and developing a contingency plan is probably the best way to address problems with the key supplier. And other answers like B, C, or D. For example, B, finding an alternative supplier may not be possible or maybe not the best solution for the project. And C, informing the client of the problem and requesting their authorization to take action may not be necessary or may not be the best solution for the project. And the asking the project team to work longer hours can lead to employee fatigue and decreased productivity. Those were the questions that we like to discuss with class. I hope you learn a little bit about PMP exam and or the answers were clear and why their answers are correct. Thank you.